Hey everyone, welcome to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast for Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon Dawkins, and the squad's here with me tonight, and we're ready to press that share button, right guys? We are, right? Yeah? Okay. Don't everybody all chime in at once, you know?
Yes.
That was a nice recovery.
That is a PlayStation reference. I get it. I understand it.
All right. You know him. You love him. PlayStation Doctor. What's up? Austin Campbell.
What is up? The Vita lives, except for maybe a few things on the Vita.
Are we going to talk about those few things tonight?
The Vita's dying, man. I'm
The
so
Vita
sad.
store, pretty much.
Did it ever really live?
I actually looked on Amazon and was gonna buy like a miniature casket and have a Vita funeral. Make that video just happen.
Just go buy a pet casket. I'm sure those exist. People are fucking weird, right? Like,
You know,
I'm sure
you
they
can
make
buy a
like
human
dog
casket on
It's like
Amazon.
this big. Oh, I'm sure.
You can buy one for like
all
$80.
sorts of shit on there.
I think playing ahead is a great idea. So everyone should go buy their casket. Just put it in your closet somewhere, and then you'll be ready. That'll be one less thing for your family to worry about.
That's so morbid.
Or you just sleep in it to get used to it, right?
Yeah.
Pretend that you're dead, like get makeup on and have it in the living room and just like emerge out of it.
My casket's gonna actually be a Sun Chips bag, like one big Sun Chips bag. So it'll it's biodegradable, so it'll be all good in the soil and stuff. Feel like taking care of the earth. Just one big Sun Chip bag.
Austin, you know what's hilarious? Somebody's going to listen to this podcast, and next thing you know, what you just said is going to be like a 35-second TikTok video.
First of all, they can find a Sun Chip big enough to fit me in. That means that it's got to be full of chips, and I'm going to eat it. That's probably how I'll die, and then I'll just get in the bag, and we'll be.
He's going to eat the Sun Chips with his gluten. Knowing he's got a gluten intolerance.
I can eat Sun Chips. I'm pretty sure I can eat Sun Chips. I think I'm allowed.
Yeah, try it. See what I would like to do, and I've tried to sell my wife on this. I want her to tell nobody that I'm dead. I want her to taxidermy me and have me like sitting up with a video game controller.
Oh, Weekend at Bernie's.
For when people come over, I want a Weekend at Bernie's. People tell no one.
Woo. Okay. So if you guys haven't guessed it yet, that's our PlayStation roadie, Chris True. Oh my god, dude,
we haven't even got through the intros yet.
I know, Chris. Like, all I gotta say is, I am glad I'm older than you because, like, I have a funny feeling that I will be dead by the time you get handed to pull this off. Because if your mom is still alive, I can't.
She's gonna outlive all of us.
Exactly. She's too ornery to die.
Right. No, it has to happen. It's genius. It is the ultimate troll. It's the best way to go out. Fucking with other people.
All right, and tonight in the fourth chair is one of the co-hosts of Boss Rush's Arsenal X podcast, as well as I like to call him the Star Striker of the EXP cast. You guys already know him. He's no stranger to Crossroads. Welcome back, Stoy.
Hello. I'm normally play midfield, but I'll go with striker. I like that.
Oh.
What do you guys think of Leo Messi getting the Ballon d'Or award? What the hell did he do?
I'm wondering that because I saw that it was
Robert
trending.
Lewandowski had a much more successful season than he did.
I'm so mad that I haven't watched soccer in years because I've had really nobody to talk to about it. But I haven't watched. That used to be. That's all. I'm an Arsenal supporter. My wife lived in fucking Manchester.
Why?
It's just how I roll.
Were you born into that family? Because that. I mean,
what does that mean? Are you Man U? Are you
whenever
Man U, Stoy? Oh.
No, not.
Are
Definitely
you Liverpool?
Not.
Are you
Liverpool?
Liverpool?
I just like watching good football.
I bleed red. Even though I bleed red anyway. But
I thought Liverpool was blue.
Liverpool. No, Liverpool is red.
Yeah, Liverpool is definitely red.
Wonder if you're thinking Chelsea.
Chelsea is blue.
Chelsea's blue.
Leicester is blue.
Yeah,
Everton is blue.
Everton is also blue.
Yeah.
The only reason why
it's been years since I paid attention to fucking anything.
Yeah.
The only reason
you're
why
not
I
missing
know
much
teams is because I fill out the random questionnaires on DraftKings, and sometimes I win like 10 cents, which I bet. those 10 cents on football or basketball or some other sport I know.
And then he
But it
loses
works.
that 10 cents.
Okay.
That 10 cents has turned into $20 a couple of times. So it's nice.
I mean, I'm not like an avid soccer fan / watcher or whatever you want to call it, but normally I would side with Manchester United. So sorry.
that's fine.
My son has a Man City kit. My wife's friend brought it to him from Manchester because she lives there. So he's got like the full thing, the fucking socks, shorts. I need to get him some little boots.
You know what? But Stoy, you're a big soccer. I'm not gonna say fanatic, but you're big into soccer though. So how does Ted Lasso hit you?
I have not watched Ted Lasso.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, which is interesting because everybody I tell that to, like, they get dumbfounded. They're like, "How the hell can you not watch Ted Lasso?" And I'm like, I don't normally watch TV or sitcoms to begin with.
Mhm.
I mean, I've heard so many good things, and I have an Apple TV subscription, so there's no reason why I shouldn't be watching it. But from what I heard, it's a very feel-good series.
Yeah, it is. Like I'm struggling trying to get off of episode 2.
Which it kind of what I've been hearing about it, and me being a coach, a lot of times, a lot of kids, a lot of youth these days, and Chris, maybe you can attest to this. It's all about kind of feelings and emotions, you know, how they feel, how they're, kind of how they're feeling at that moment. With sports these days, the majority of youth aren't as competitive as you want them to be. So adults are super competitive. Kids aren't necessarily super competitive. So you have to kind of put them in the right emotional state, and you have to put them in the right feel good moment in order to get a lot of effort out of them. You know, so admittedly, coaching is evolving to be more of that. And that's why I'm hearing Ted Lasso is becoming such a success, because he's more of into that whole feel good nonsense stuff.
Based off of what I've seen, because I'm like I said, I'm struggling to get off to episode 2. Like for some strange reason, every time I start watching episode 2, for some strange reason, I have like a bad disconnect. Episode 1 had me. Episode 2 is like, what's going on here? Why can't I get into it? You know, yeah, but I could also, but yeah, like that's his style, and it's interesting. You know, I haven't even seen the shenanigans that the soccer players get into, because I know there's some Tom fuckery going on once we actually get into the season. You know,
well, was that you that I showed that picture of Paul Gascoigne and Vinny Paul?
Vinny Jones.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because like I'm not sure if the season of Law and Order Criminal Intent is over yet, but he was one of the main bad guys in this season of Criminal Intent, and it was funny, because I was there like, man, like he's got to grab somebody by the balls and just squeeze the fuck out of him. But
whole left hand, that whole left hand of his had a whole handful of balls. Chris, I don't know if you know that picture that I'm talking about. I think it was like from the 70s and 80s, where like he had a handful of Paul Gascoigne's balls, and just like Paul's reaction after, literally getting his nuts squeezed in a vice. It's amazing.
I have never seen that picture. I know
you can Google it. Vinny Jones. As a matter of fact, if you just Google Vinny Jones soccer, it's probably one of the first hits. It's probably one of the first hits. How are you guys doing tonight, though? How's everybody's week been so far?
It is.
Yeah, doing good. Yeah, doing good.
Good.
Yeah, you guys didn't die like on Thanksgiving, did y'all?
I watched the entirety of the
weekend.
Beatles documentary. That's all I did. So
the one on Hulu,
the one on Disney Plus. Yeah, watched the whole thing.
Is it Disney Plus? I thought it was Hulu.
Great.
It's Disney Plus.
Okay, it's Disney Plus. Okay,
not wait to watch that. I heard there's so much extra not seen footage.
It's so good.
I'm very, very excited for it.
Give us a real quick take on it, Chris, about going into spoiler territory.
I mean, there's really not much to spoil. If you're like, I am a diehard Beatles fan, you know that. Like that's my thing. I know more than anyone human should know about that one band. And I found myself learning stuff, but it was like a documentary of a documentary. So they have all of this footage from where they were when they were trying to figure out what the fuck they were going to do with the Let It Be sessions. So what Peter Jackson did was he took all of the footage. You basically hang out with the Beatles for 8 hours, and it like just how much of a genius Paul is. And it's going around Twitter now. There's a a scene where he's just got his bass and he's just kind of like strumming it, doing different notes, and in a 30-second span he gets the bass line for Get Back, and then he gets the rhythm within 45 seconds, like he starts humming, so he has the tune. And it's one of their biggest hits. It's insane to me that he was able to do that fast.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's so good.
I'm gonna check it out. I might put it on before I go to bed tonight. I'm gonna check. How many episodes?
It's 3 episodes. The first one's 2 hours and 15 minutes. The second one's 3 hours, and the last one is 2.5.
Oh yeah, I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure I'll be asleep within an hour into it. But no, I feel like sometimes, honestly, when I'm watching stuff at night before I'm going to bed, I actually take more of that information in, as opposed to like when I'm in the middle of the day and there's internet and tablets and all this stuff around me. And, yeah.
Yeah, I zeroed in on that. I didn't do it. That was it for me. Because, like I said, I mean, it's like there's parts where it's just really mundane. They're just kind of like sitting there having a conversation because it's long and it's just pretty much everything they did. But it's just interesting watch them exist as people, and like as shitty as people talked about or have thought that whole thing was and how they were amongst each other. You can tell that there was this immense bond between them when they were like really getting into it. And like, there's really not much you can spoil. There's not much to be known about the Beatles. This just changes perspective, right? Like the funniest line in the whole fucking thing is when Paul McCartney George has quit the band, and which was hilarious. That I won't spoil. It's funny. And they're talking about it, and John's not there yet because he's late all the time. And they're talking about Yoko, and they're just Paul's just like they just want to be together all the time, like that's what they want to do. And he's kind of explaining that, and he goes, it's going to be funny in 50 years they're going to say the Beatles broke up because Yoko sat on an amp, which is exactly what fucking happened. Exactly. And he probably didn't remember saying a goddamn word about it. He probably doesn't even remember saying it.
Well, she did break up the band.
I blame Paul for more for that than that, and even having watched the documentary, I blame Paul more for the breakup. Like they were pretty much cool with Alan Klein, who is what he is anyways. But Paul wanted the other guy. It was pretty much fucked after Brian Epstein died, but we got some of the best material. They do the White Album after Brian dies. They did Brian Epstein was the manager of the Beatles. Abbey Road, Let It Be, White Album, and Magical Mystery Tour, but you can take or leave that. But like those 3 albums are fucking huge.
Yeah, I'll check it out because I did my own music documentary thing because I watched Malfunction, the dressing down of Janet Jackson last week, and man, like that's just we all know this is all about the Super Bowl performance and all that stuff and man, like
I remember that,
and man, like it and like it was legit a wardrobe malfunction, but the fact that, well, not even wardrobe malfunction, it was more like a what the hell are you doing type of moment, on Justin Timberlake's part, and man, it basically ruined her career. I didn't realize it until I heard it, but after that point, like Janet had no more music videos aired on MTV or any of the other like CBS Viacom outlets and stuff like that. All of her music was removed off airwaves.
And Justin Timberlake has done nothing since then, right? His career's been in the shitter, as far as I know.
Well, no. He thrived.
I'm very well aware I was being facetious. That's
okay. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm usually really good at catching that.
Yeah, I am too. Like I don't know, like it was way too dry this time.
Yeah, no, that's real fucked up.
Yeah. So I mean, so that was my thing. It's on Hulu right now. It's done in FX did it, and these are also the same people that did the whole Britney Spears thing as well as a few other things too. So yeah, like it's good, it's interesting. And Janet Jackson, I love her. That was the last concert I saw before like shit got crazy and the world shut down.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
Oh
I was
man,
actually on a music documentary kick. I watched If I Leave Here Tomorrow, the story of Leonard Skinner. It
Mhm.
just happened to be on Netflix. I was like, I've seen something on them. I'm going to watch this. And I've now listened to every one of their albums. And like, it changed how, like, just that one documentary changed how I was recording and doing my music. Because
Yeah.
I used 3 guitars. I didn't know much about them. And those guys are it's super interesting hearing them talk. There's only one founding member who's still alive. They had the plane crash, but like they were there were more down than the hillbillies who praise them would like to think they are, right? Like, Sweet Home Alabama mentions in Birmingham they love the governor. Boo 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 is a condemnation of George Wallace and segregation.
Mhm.
Right, that's just a blip of the line in that one song, but like the drummer on the cover of their last album is wearing a shirt that says vegetarian because he's a diehard liberal Democrat vegetarian. The drummer of Leonard Skinner. Like they even talk about playing in front of the Confederate flag, and they were like, it was very interesting. Like it was a record label thing because they were from the South, and it was the
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
Fucking
All right.
fascinating, man. Some good shit too. Those motherfuckers. Like it's just a little bit of country, a little bit of blues, and it's like they fucked and made the greatest baby of all time. It's super good. Good shit. Freebird is like one of the greatest songs ever written. I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm like the furthest thing from a hillbilly. I'm of them. They're
I don't know.
my
I don't know. Have you looked at your beard lately?
This thing is a work of art. It's a work of beauty. I need to go and get it barbered. It was No Shave November. My brother is a cancer survivor. He had cancer twice when he was 2, and then again when he was 3, going on 4. He's 16 and a giant pain in the ass now, so he's fine. And throwing 80-mile-an-hour fucking fastballs. The kid's gonna go play professional baseball somewhere.
He better get into the bigs. That's all I gotta say.
All I'm saying is, if he gets drafted by the Red Sox, I will go watch him play in a fucking Yankees jersey and hold up and sign. It says the Red Sox suck. Aiden do okay.
Brotherly love, I tell you. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
I need to get it fixed.
All right, we ready to get the show rolling?
Let's roll.
All right. Yeah, this is Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Every week we come together bringing you the latest in news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads airs live on twitch.tv/exodus803 every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless we decide to roll early or late. All depends. And also, if you can't check out the show, head over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or other locations to get your show fix. The show recaps also every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/exodus803, as well as early Thursday mornings on youtube.com/Boss Rush Network. If you want to see previous episodes of our show, all 60 previous episodes of Crossroads can be found on our parent website, bossrush.net. If you like the show, please consider subscribing to the podcast and giving us a follow on Twitch. And remember to share, rate, and review us wherever you check out the show. All right, everyone. What video games? What video game? Well, it's usually a "What are we playing" segment, but if you didn't play video games, would you watch something interesting? Like documentaries or something. Like, what have we been doing this past week? What's up, guys? Stoy, you're our guest tonight, so why don't you go first, man?
I actually jumped back into the past because Xbox dumped a whole bunch of backwards compatibility frame rate boost games. So I ended up replaying Dragon Age Origins.
Mm-hmm.
That game holds up on a storytelling level. Like there's so much real gray in there. I don't know if you guys know the series at all, but it kind of deals with a lot of it's just kind of like a very morally gray type of game where it's like, it's more than just good versus evil. It's like people versus people and people hating each other because of what they believe in or who they were born to and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Sounds familiar. But they bring it in a fantasy way. BioWare does a really good job with that with the Dragon Age universe. And I'm replaying Origins. It's got a really good frame rate boost, 60 frames a second. They cleaned with the graphics, so it looks really good. But what I've been playing a lot of is Resident Evil 4 and VR.
Mm.
I've played I went back to play Resident Evil 4 a few times on console, and it's one of my favorite games in the series. And I thought, like, man, I've played this game enough and I haven't played it for years, but playing it in VR, it's literally the same game, except all in that first person VR mode. So
Mhm.
you're experiencing the game in a whole different way. Whole
So
different
wait.
way.
So is it the same? Is it the same exact game? Like no refreshes or no upscaling or anything like that?
Well, I mean, it kind of is because it's all redone in VR. So you're experiencing Leon from his first person perspective. So basically Resident Evil 4 is turned into a first person shooter, so to speak. Um you you can kind of like grab for weapons and stuff on your body. So like, say for example, the knife is on your left shoulder, the gun, whatever handgun you have is on your right hip, the shotgun, whatever, is from your back, whatever. So if you enable that option, you can reach back and kind of pull out guns. One of the craziest instances I found was when you're frantically trying to fight the ganados or whatever, the enemies in the game.
Yeah.
You're frantically running around, and sometimes it's you run out of ammo in your handgun. So instead of manually reloading, I would just grab for the knife and just try to slash them. So I grabbed a little bit too far over my shoulder, and I ended up pulling out a green herb. And because like the healing items are like over your left shoulder, but like the knife is right on your left shoulder. So like if you're frantically moving around and all of a sudden I'm like attacking this ganado with a green herb, I'm like, take that, you son of a bitch.
Oh, what?
Oh, no. Like, why isn't anything happening? And I'm like, oh god, it's a green herb. It's like so no, they have these, VR has these quality of life and kind of comfort modes where like you could play the game sitting, you can play the game standing, and there's a lot of different like less dizzying effects you can do. You don't have to play where you're like reaching for guns like frantically all across your body. You can use a quick menu option to where you can manually switch. But no, honestly, like I don't know if you guys ever played Resident Evil 4, but this takes it to a whole new level. It's much faster. It's more fast paced. You can move around a lot quicker. It's less clunky, obviously, because those controls aren't there. And just I don't know. It kind of makes the game more fun instead of more like kind of like survival horror-ish. Even though when you're being bombarded by the chainsaw dude in VR, it's like, oh god. The one thing I was disappointed in, and maybe like it would have been too jarring, but in the game where the chainsaw dude like kind of saws your head off, and then
Yeah.
in the game you see, it would have been interesting if they would have done that in VR.
Oh, to where like, well, when it happens, like all of a sudden, like your vision goes sideways.
Yeah, your vision goes sideways. Yeah, it would have been interesting, and I don't know how that would have worked because sometimes VR can be a little too real for people.
Yeah.
And even like I don't know if you remember when Resident Evil 7 had that VR demo.
I remember. Yeah.
The kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen. Yeah, that was it. Where you're strapped to a chair and watching videos, sequences of people like, when they would get stabbed in the leg in the game, watching people's reactions to that and watching them grab their leg in pain is kind of amazing how realistic VR can feel, So yeah, that would have been a wild experience. So I mean, obviously, if you get your head chopped off, which I actually purposely died because I wanted to see what would happen, and it pans out to see like Leon's head kind of fall off in third person mode. So, but I finally got Kenna Bridge of Spirits, so I've been playing that a lot lately too, and
How do you like it?
It's awesome. I love it, honestly. I waited for the physical copy, so I bought the physical copy, and no, it's really good. Like the actress that plays Kenna, she does an amazing job. Like
Yes.
really,
Yeah.
she doesn't have a lot of lines. She doesn't have a lot of speaking lines, but everything she says is always like so impactful and so like emotional. Like it's just I get drawn to her just like hearing her say 4 words. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, but I'm only like maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours in, but the combat is simple. I like that. It doesn't rely on one mechanic, like I'm really bad at parrying. So, you don't have to parry in this game when you get, attacked. I just dodge.
Yeah, me
Attack.
too. I
Yeah,
never got the parrying system was not great.
Yeah, no, I've experienced, obviously Sekiro had one of the best parrying systems in games. This one, it's like, I don't know, it's just like I couldn't figure it out well. So I just skipped it altogether and just but no, it plays really well in the PlayStation 5. I catch myself a lot of times just kind of staring off into the distance and just looking at a waterfall, looking at the mountainside. Just it's amazing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what I've been playing pretty much.
All right, cool. Chris, your turn.
I've been playing Rondo of Blood here and there. I played the Halo beta, which that's just redundant. And then I actually picked up Elder Scrolls Online, but I haven't put too much time into that. I did see Ghostbusters twice.
Oh damn. I forgot to mention I saw the Resident Evil movie, but Nellie's not here, so I can't talk about it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this week I'm going to see both Ghostbusters and Resident Evil. Stoy, real quick, because you saw Resident Evil, and I'm hearing things. Was it bad? Was it suspect, or was it okay?
I had a few small issues with their direction, like little small departures from the game. Like the way they did my boy Leon Kennedy, I wasn't a fan of that. They did my boy bad on that, and but it was interesting the way they mashed the first game and the second game together to make one coherent story, like it followed the straight line path. So like Resident Evil 1 and 2 happened at the same time in this movie. I mean, it was interesting the way they went through that. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the video game references. I enjoyed them staying true to most of the lore and most of the story. And yeah, I like I said, I thought it was great. Minor discrepancies aside.
Yeah. And Chris, you saw Ghostbusters twice, so obviously it wasn't a trash movie.
No, I loved it. I kind of enjoyed. I liked it the first time, and I think part of that was I was concerned that it was just going to be absolute trash, but I knew it was going to be better than Ghostbusters 2. So I was.
Wait, stop. Ghostbusters 2 is not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie, but it's the worst of the two.
So, yeah, okay, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's not saying much.
Yeah. It's the worst of the two. I knew it wasn't going to be worse.
Because I noticed you talked about Ghostbusters 2 like this, and I'm like, man, you make it sound like it was a dumpster fire. It is not.
It's not a great movie. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's a follow up to Ghostbusters. They completely overlooked like it's like that didn't even exist.
Oh really? They didn't really give it that much.
They gave it zero attention.
Question: Does Sigourney Weaver show up in the movie?
I'm not going to tell you a fucking thing.
God, no, you don't.
God damn it!
Not a thing.
God damn it! Okay,
not a thing.
Austin, what have you been playing this week? No, Mike, your mic's cut off.
Hey, man, I'm not going to ruin shit for other people. There's people watching who may not have seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I do want to see it. So
it's super, super good.
I do want to see it. And I don't think you ruined anything by telling us if one of the other actors that was like it basically okay. So you look at this. You had Dan Aykroyd.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. You had Harold Ramis. You had Ernie Hudson. You had why is his name escaping me right now?
Rick Moranis.
Bill
Murray. How the fuck do you forget
his name was? I was getting ready to say Lorenzo Music because I was thinking Garfield because him and that guy have the same voice. No,
Lorenzo Music did Real Ghostbusters. He was Peter Venkman in Real Ghostbusters and Garfield.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray was Garfield in the movies and Peter Venkman in the movies.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to tell you. It's not going to happen. There are other people. I'm the wrong guy for that. I stayed true to not spoiling movies.
Austin, your turn.
He doesn't want to hear my feel-good story about it and how much I enjoyed it with my kid.
I don't want to know if Rick Moranis is in the movie or not because that's
no. I know Rick Moranis is not.
He said 100%. He won't do it again. He's going to do some other stuff, but he hasn't really done much of anything. Yeah, I don't think that had to do with it just being Ghostbusters. I think it had to do with a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, he isn't. No, he hasn't really been taking acting seriously since his wife passed away.
Yeah. But he was in that commercial with Ryan Reynolds.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
He's done some voice acting.
Yeah. I played some Deathloop this week. I've picked up and I'm still really enjoying it. I kind of see why people aren't liking the gameplay of it, just because it's a lot of searching. If you are really just wanting to run through the levels and just like kill the shit, get your mission, and then get out, I understand why you wouldn't like this game. Because if you're not searching through all the computers, all the notes and stuff like that, you're not going to progress as fast or as well as you would want to. Um, so I can understand a little bit, but I'm really loving it. I think it's probably going to be my game of the year that I've played so far. By the time I finish it, and so I really really like the game. Battlefield 2042 sucks, and
I've heard nobody say anything
it's
good
bad.
I've
about
heard
that.
nothing good
It
about
breaks.
that game.
It breaks my heart too.
Breaks my heart too. Yeah.
When the best way to play it is just playing like the old moves that are on Portal, and they're all more broken or as broken as just playing it on Battlefield 4, then it's pretty much pointless. And so it's pretty miserable. I'm glad that I bought it and that I could see where it is now. I just hope that it does get better. I want to see it progress, but I'm not
It's going to
push
get
much.
it's going to get
It
better
has
because
to.
Yeah,
it's going to get better because like the one thing I've noticed about these Battlefield games, the last few have been trotting out there in like really substandard state, you know, and and one thing's for sure by like year two they've gotten their shit together.
Yeah. I mean, Battlefield 1, I think, had a pretty decent opener. But Battlefield 5 was terrible right off the bat and really never got that good. Um, but I'm in for the ride. I'm in to see it progress and hopefully get better. But I went ahead and got Call of Duty Vanguard, and it's got its problems, but it's not as bad as Battlefield 2042 for what they do. The maps, I know if anyone complains about how Call of Duty's maps are like the 3-lane classic Call of Duty type maps, they do change that up a little bit in these. There are some maps on here that are so like confusing. They're not like the easy 3 lanes. Like there's a right side, a center, and a left. This is like one big area, and there's all kinds of stuff. And it's kind of like a maze, which is kind of cool. Some of the maps on there are pretty different. It's a lot more hectic because they're adding more people to each of the game modes, but that's also causing a ton of spawn problems. When you spawn in, you instantly buy other or enemies, and it's like playing on Nuketown, but on every map, and that gets a little annoying after a while. So
You think they would have fixed that by now? I remember that being a problem in like some of the earlier Call of Duty games, for crying out loud.
well, and Cold War really isn't like I've played Cold War and Modern Warfare, and a lot of the maps don't have that problem unless you're playing on like Shipment or you're playing on Rust or Nuketown or all these smaller, really small maps. But this one in particular is like even the big maps. I'm like, especially on Domination, it is so bad on Domination. I've never seen, which kind of makes it interesting because if you play Domination, most of the time one team has two, the other one has one, and you're trying to capture that second one. Well, this one in particular, I've seen all three caps by one team more than I've ever seen in any Call of Duty. It's like I think that's part of it. Is just the spawn. So I haven't gotten the campaign because I'm playing Deathloop. I will get to it eventually, so I don't have any answers on that. But yeah, you could tell it's the third team of the Call of Duty teams, but it's still a pretty decent game. And I like that since they're kind of mixing all the different eras with each other due to Warzone, you have like kind of futuristic stuff on the World War II guns, which makes it a little better, which makes it a little less or a little more interesting than it has been in the past with World War II games. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't watched a whole lot, but I did watch the South Park post-COVID episode, and
I
it was
haven't seen
great.
that yet.
It was fantastic.
I bet it fucking was. That's my plan after this. Yes, I go to bed.
Cartman is undefeated. He took it to a whole nother level, and can't wait for.
Do not
can't
spoil
wait for
it,
people to watch it.
Austin.
I won't. I'm just saying.
I will come to Oklahoma.
He is undefeated. I even my wife was laughing, so that's something with South Park. If she laughs, then it's pretty good.
Well, I didn't do much gaming myself these past honestly these past like 2 weeks because we were off last week and stuff like that. I played more Forza Horizon. I did play more of that. I'm still enjoying it. It's a nice game that I've been playing to pass the time. Let's put it that way. Story I did I did install that what was that Unpack? Was it Unpacking?
Oh,
Is that
the one where you're just unpacking boxes.
Yeah. I played the first level of that. I had to stop. I was like, I'm going to get way addicted. I'm going to spend like half a day playing this. And I'm going to be mad at myself and stuff like. Yeah. So yeah,
It definitely is that because like sometimes you think you want to micromanage where everything goes and how everything fits and moves around and stuff. I don't think it matters, but it probably matters to the people playing it.
Yeah. But other than that, I didn't really do much gaming. Like I did take the past week to like get some things in order and catch up on some TV shows and stuff that I've been kind of behind on. And loving the new season of Star Trek Discovery so far. So pretty much that's been it for me. So nothing really new. It's getting down to that point where it's the end of the year, and for me, like usually like there's usually no games that I want that come out in December. So like it's going to be me backtracking and playing a bunch of old stuff for the rest of the year because like the games that I did want have already been delayed until sometime next year. Like the new Advance Wars, well not the new Advance Wars, but the Advance Wars remake. That got pushed, and it got pushed hard because it got a second delay. Like they're like yeah, like it's coming out in February, and now I just saw on the eShop it's on the eShop for May of next year.
So then you have plenty of time to platinum Lady in a Leotard with a gun, like you said you would. I'm still the only one.
Awesome, you haven't done that yet?
No, y'all are quitters.
I
did it immediately.
I now thought of something I need to ask Chris if he finished the Radiohead game.
I have not. I've been super. I've played a little bit, but I haven't. My partner's going on.
Oh, there it is. Now it's up.
Yeah, you know what? Why aren't you guys playing the Radiohead game?
Because I'm here.
Wait, Austin. Wait, you beat it though, right? You finished. How was it?
Because it's really not a game. It's
It's an experience.
It's experience. It's but it's great. It's if you love Radiohead, you're gonna love this. And
yeah,
I really wish that I had some aid in me playing it, But
herbal enhancement's okay. It's okay.
I'm trying to think of a good word.
Herbal enhancement.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But I enjoyed it nonetheless.
I'm sure. I when I played it, I liked. I did honestly. I'm like you guys. I didn't play any video games outside of what I told you, so I didn't even really spend that much time with it. I just played a lot of guitar for a week. It was awesome.
I was gonna say you had a kind of interesting feeling or like something emotion when you watched Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah. But with my kid,
you were about ready to tell that story before LeRon just rudely interrupted you with silly questions.
Yeah.
Well, no. He didn't want to fulfill one question for me.
Silly question.
Austin, you ready to end the show tonight? I think we can end the show.
Story.
I think we can end the show at 39 minutes tonight. I think so. Go ahead, Chris. Tell your story, man. Tell your story.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you now. You wanted it.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right,
No,
everybody.
I got you, real fast. Basically, like the first time we went and saw it, my son, who is 3, loves Ghostbusters. He's watched. I mean, we watched the movie every day, like 3 times a day when he was little. It was my favorite movie as a kid too. That's it's still a thing, and I was really excited for him to go because he's big enough to do that kind of shit now. And so we're watching through the movie. 10 minutes left to go. He taps me on the shoulder. Hey, I need mommy. Okay, buddy, what's wrong? I got to get out of here. Because he was scared, and I was like, "But it's okay, just hang out. It's almost over. The Ghostbusters are gonna come. It's gonna be okay."
Wait. Is this a legit scary movie?
I mean, he's 3, and the CGI and all that is terribly ffcking detailed.
Okay.
It's so
Okay. Hold on. Let me backtrack then. Is this more of a thriller?
No,
than the original ones were.
He's I no. I mean, it's very much like it's a Ghostbusters film. It's very much that.
Okay.
But he's 3, and CGI and just the way things were playing out were it was kind of scary. It's intense. So Hannah had to take him out because I was leaving that room. That wasn't he was going to either be scared or she was going to take him. So he goes, and you're on your own, buddy. You're grown now with your chill. You need to chill. Anyway, we went back on Saturday, and so I said, "Do you want to sit through it? Or are you going to be able to do it?" Yeah, I can do it. Sits in the chair, he sits in my lap, and those couple of minutes, same spot, getting scared. I tell him, they're gonna all that stuff, and then I'm trying not to spoil the movie without without going into detail, but there's a scene and he got really excited about it. And, for somebody who's a lifelong Ghostbusters fan, for myself, being able to experience that and pass that on to my kid was the best feeling ever.
Well,
that was all.
I assume, the Ghostbusters won the day. I'm assuming that's not too much of a spoiler. But I would find it hilarious if you went back a second time and be like, remember what happened last time? And it was an alternate ending and the ghosts win and the Ghostbusters just all die. And it's terrible. And you're like, oh my God.
In a brutal mess.
Yeah.
I don't need that to fuck with him. I've been doing up high and down low since he was old enough to give high fives.
And this is why he's a smartass to you at 3 years old.
Oh, no. I don't do too slow. I'm saving too slow. We just do up high and down low, so that when he turns 5, I'm gonna hit him with too slow, and he's just gonna sit there for a couple minutes before he just looks at me and says, "Fuck you." I'm playing the long game on this one. Tell me to chill.
All right, everyone. We're ready to break into tonight's news and events.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
All right, everyone. Let's get started here. All right. So tonight's first news topic we have is a nice one for all you PlayStation fans out there because God knows, I've noticed over the last couple of months now, there's definitely a console war going on, and it's stupidity. So yeah. So here's for you PlayStation fanboys tonight. The PS5 is no longer being sold at a loss. And when I say the PS5 is no longer being sold at a loss, we're talking about the main model, the disc version of the PS5. This news comes to us from GameSpot via Eddie Makush. The PlayStation 5's $500 disc-based edition is no longer being sold at a loss. Sony CFO Hiroki Totoki confirmed that. I like how his name rhymes. Hiroki Totoki.
I wasn't going to say it, but you did. So.
has confirmed this during the company's earnings briefing on Wednesday. Last Wednesday, that is. The $400 digital edition is still being sold for less than what it costs to manufacture, Sony said. But the losses on the machine are being offset by the margin-rich hardware like peripherals and the PS4. Despite its age, the PS4 shipped another 500,000 units during the April-June period. Overall, while Sony's video game division posted a modest 2% increase in sales, Total operating profit took a substantial hit during the latest quarter. Sony said that this was due in part to the decrease in sales of non-first party games and DLC, as well as losses due to the PS5. Sony said it was taking a loss on the PS5 due to a strategic price point to help the system move units, and I don't know what that means because we didn't get any reference for what that means. So I'm sorry if we're losing you on that one. As you guys know, losing money on game consoles is a common occurrence near the start of a platform's life cycle, but it's not true for every system. Nintendo wildly popular Switch console was sold for a profit directly from the start. Microsoft, on the other side, has never offered specifics about the profit profile of its new Xbox consoles, but Xbox boss Phil Spencer has said the real money in gaming comes from software and services, which we can all agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. So, question for you guys: will Sony be able to maintain with the current economic setbacks, and start breaking even soon? What do you think? How long do we say it will take Sony to completely, be completely profit, on all their hardware sales?
It seems like they're doing well enough. I was actually able to get another one. My mom had been searching for one for my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it wasn't that hard the last time. Like it was kind of right away. So if they're going to be able to get more systems out and make it a little bit easier, then yes, then no, they're gonna make some fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
The machine is a marvel. It's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite of my systems. I have the Switch OLED, I have the Series X, and I have the PS5. Because I'm an adult.
Same.
with a goddamn fucking paycheck, I can have all of them now. So
I still don't have a Series X. I can't seem to find one.
Me either.
I like my Series X. I like my PlayStation better.
I'm only getting the Series X I'm only getting the Series X just so for at least for one console generation I can say I have every console.
As long as I have it before November 11th, that's all that I care about.
Because I think the last time I had
it is.
I think the last time I had every console was when honestly, last time I had every current console was back when it was like two people in the game, Nintendo and Sega.
That's even then, there were a couple other systems that popped up around then, unless Sony made the Jaguar.
No one cares about the Atari Jaguar.
Or the TurboGrafx 16 or the Neo Geo.
Okay, first of all, those motherfuckers were too expensive. They were too expensive and too niche. You were basically buying an arcade cabinet whenever you looked at a Neo Geo. Yeah, you were basically buying an arcade cabinet.
Don't leave them.
Buying a Neo Geo just to play Samurai Showdown, pretty much.
Yeah, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Samurai Showdown and Fatal Fury. There's nothing wrong with that. Yep.
No, so I think we'll see a turnaround when Sony offers a slim model for these things.
You think that's what?
Once they can kind of nail down, they can cut corners on the hardware and the technology, and once they kind of slim it down a bit, because man, this thing is a monster. This thing is huge.
Yeah, it is.
So I think if they could kind of nail down the hardware specs and slim it down a bit, I think that's when they'll start making a profit.
I'm already trying to.
Because what are they going to do? They're going to sell it for like $450. It's not going to be much cheaper.
Yeah.
But it's going to be enough to entice customers to go back out there, especially the people that have a PS5 already, to go buy another one.
I'm curious though, like what are they going to do when it's time for the PlayStation 5 Pro model? What's going to be the major upgrade on that?
I thought this was future proof. I mean, this is able to play up to 8K.
It technically is, but come on, we know better. We know better because like this is now a thing. Like the hardware, video game hardware gets a refresh, and I mean, and it's not even okay. So I want to say the last. What was the last PlayStation console that the hardware refresh wasn't really a hardware refresh? Was it the PS2 Slim? Because I feel like the PS3 was where we got in the territory where everything was a refresh. Because number one, they were trying to cut costs. Like I mean, no one could afford to spend $600 on the console at that point. It was getting tiresome. So they made what, 2 models to begin with, and then all of a sudden there was 4 different models of PS3s on the market at one time before they completely discontinued the big boy PS3.
Yep. So the first ones were the 60 gig and the 20 gigs, right?
Yep.
Those are the backwards compatible ones. I had a 60 gig back in the day.
Then a 40 gig model came out.
Yep, that one wasn't backwards compatible.
Yep.
And then I started working at GameStop, and now me and LeRon can tell you that story.
Not tonight. We're trying.
It was nothing but Cascade and LeRon wearing jeans, a tight shirt, and tapping his foot, standing by a corner with his fucking PSP. That was the entirety of our stay there.
Sounds right. Sounds
you
about
could
right.
play SOCOM on this, guys.
Oh, God. Here goes Stojan's coming with the voice. I love it.
You guys know you can play Monster Hunter on this? Cool. This is amazing.
By the way, we're gonna have a conversation about that as we get into our next news topic. So, are we ready to move on?
Oh no!
Oh, come on, guys! It's not that bad. Come on.
It
It's
had
bad.
such promise.
All right, our next news topic tonight: PlayStation Vita exclusives, Freedom Wars and Soul Sacrifice. Their servers are being shut down next month. All right, so this news is coming to us from Sammy Barker at PushSquare.com as well as Tyler Fisher at comicbook.com. All right, everyone. 2 high-profile PlayStation Vita exclusives. Those games being Freedom Wars and Soul Sacrifice will have their servers deactivated on Christmas Eve of this year.
Damn.
Both fucking
PlayStation.
Grinches. Holy shit.
When do we
You're gonna
deactivate these
take a
servers?
shit in
On
somebody's
Christmas,
fucking
let's
stocking
go.
too? What the fuck?
Both titles published by Sony in response to his loss of Monster Hunter exclusivity were built around cooperative play and maintain relatively dedicated communities all the way through to this day. While you can still play both games via local ad hoc connectivity, remember that word? You'll obviously need to know someone who owns a PS Vita and a copy of the games in order to set that up. This naturally makes some of the release's trophies difficult to unlock. It's also worth adding that the server termination applies to both Soul Sacrifice and its enhanced successor, Soul Sacrifice Delta. It's unclear why each game's servers are being shut down, but it's likely the costs simply outweigh the benefits of keeping them up. As you would expect, PlayStation hasn't been very vocal about the news, so far only mentioning it on the Japanese version of the official PlayStation website. Yeah, as of right now, we still haven't gotten an official American or Western announcement of this happening.
They sent me an
Maybe-
email.
maybe.
That's all the announcement they had to make. They're like, he's the only one playing Freedom Wars online. Let's just send him an email. Call it done.
Hey, Austin, we know you play this game.
Yeah, we posted about it in Japan where they all play it, but we know you're the only loser who's still playing this game. So
The one little green dot on their map.
yeah,
It's you.
All right.
they kept it
All
open
right,
for
guys.
that one green
Whoever
dot in
did that and
Oklahoma.
chose.
They're like, this fucker will not stop playing this game.
Okay, all right. So we
The
know
dude who fucking runs that has to be the same kind of guy that for Christmas he gives you his old clothes too. Right? Like, here's this shirt. Dude, it has mustard stains on it. You clearly
Here's
wore
his
this at
Grateful
Thanksgiving.
Dead T-shirt.
Yeah, but it's vintage.
It's vintage.
It's vintage.
All right,
Trendy.
so who all here played Soul Sacrifice or Freedom Wars? Like I played them both. I played
I mean, I played
Nope,
Soul
I played them
Sacrifice when it
both.
came out.
Mhm. Yeah, Soul Sacrifice was that was the first game Inafune made after he left Capcom, right? Yeah,
Sure.
I don't know if it was the first one.
yeah. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Keiji Inafune, because that's the father of Mega Man, and yeah, I want to say that was the first thing he did.
After leaving Capcom, wow, I'm scrolling way down here.
He was principal game designer.
Yeah, he was in 2013. Yeah,
He was principal
Yeah, 'cause
game
he-
designer for it.
Yeah, because he was on Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Soul Sacrifice.
Yeah. Like I played them. I played them both, and this is the part where I get to like run my mouth for a second.
He was the producer on Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. He's the one that destroyed it. You son of a bitch. Mighty Number 9. I'm still butthurt about that too.
Oh yeah. The entire video game community is butthurt about that one. Like,
we don't talk about Mighty Number 9.
Like you had one job, bro. You had one job.
Make a Mega Man game. That was it. And then I like how he put it out and just like, yeah, we know it's broken.
He ran for the hills.
Yeah.
He ran for the hills.
We're moving on. You should move on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I played both. I played both these games because like I was one of those avid Monster Hunter players on the PSP. As a matter of fact, like I was the reason why a couple of friends got PSPs, and then they immediately traded their PSPs in because apparently Monster Hunter was still balls crushingly hard of a game to play back then.
I was one of those people.
Yeah.
You know what? Then you will love Monster Hunter Rise now because man, your 3-year-old can play it and be a boss at it. I'm being a little sarcastic, but at the same time, Monster Hunter Rise is the easiest Monster Hunter game that I've ever played.
Wow.
It is.
No, he can probably do it. He built a deck last week.
It's easier than Monster Hunter Stories, and Monster Hunter Stories is basically Pokemon in the Monster Hunter world.
Wow, I haven't played Rise because I heard things about it, and I'm just like, I could just play World instead. And I'm not as big of a Monster Hunter fan as you are, but the Monster Hunter PSP was how I got introduced to it.
Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love Monster Hunter Rise. Like I'm going to be getting it as soon as it comes out. As soon as it comes out on PC. And yes, Corey is in our chat right now. Say hello to Corey.
Awesome,
and yes, I did promise Corey I was going to play Monster Hunter Rise with him on the Switch. So yeah,
I think I promised Corey I was supposed to play Operation Raccoon City with him tonight.
I promise people lots of things. I just don't do them. It makes them leave me alone.
But anyway, going back to these two games, Soul Sacrifice and Freedom Wars. My main problem is I don't like Monster Hunter clones. I don't. And even though both of these games are good on their own, like Soul Sacrifice, Freedom Wars, what's the other game? It was crap. It was another game that basically was a Monster Hunter clone. I want to say no. Konami didn't publish it. I can't remember. But yeah, like I just can't get into Monster Hunter clones. I think it's because my brain is too heavily connected to Monster Hunter that if the game is remotely copying the formula, I'm like no. Like that's why I don't enjoy Dauntless.
Well, there's other reasons not to like Dauntless. It's not good. It's not great.
Hey, Dauntless is in their third year now. Like something's happened. Something's going on for them.
I to be fair, I played it when it first came out, and I just never went back. So it's probably a lot better than once was. But I have to disagree with you just because Freedom Wars is an awesome game. I was never a huge Soul Sacrifice fan. It's an okay game. I didn't play it online at all. I did play Freedom Wars online and got all the trophies, so I'm good on that end. But yeah, I have gone back and played Freedom Wars, but I've played it by myself. So
now Monster Hunter clone I do love, and I need to go back and beat is Horizon Zero Dawn. That is a Monster Hunter clone. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's funny. Chris must have his headphones muted or something because I feel like he should have jumped on that.
No, I quit listening to you. I was looking at Freedom Wars and whatever.
God Eater. That was it.
God Eater. Yeah, you're right.
God Eater.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, like God Eater is pretty good, but I mean, we got Freedom Wars, we got Ragnarok Odyssey, we got like I said, Horizon Zero Dawn is a Monster Hunter clone. I mean, for real. Code Vein is a Monster Hunter clone as well. Dragon's Dogma was trying to be a Monster Hunter clone, but it was more RPG-ish than Monster Hunter has ever tried to be. And
is Monster Hunter like the new Dark Souls genre?
You know what?
Well, this game is kind of like Dark Souls. This game is kind of like Monster Hunter.
Actually, I guarantee you. I'm going to say this, and people are going to come for me. Demon Souls is here because of Monster Hunter.
No, Demon Souls is here because of Ninja Gaiden.
Story. We're not going to have this combat tonight. We're not.
Listen, you all are getting it off
You
topic.
set
We are
yourself
here
up
to
that
talk
you were gonna
about
get
Freedom
flack for it.
Wars.
You knew this was gonna happen.
We are not. We're not here to quibble semantics about which hard game spawned the world's hardest game.
Yeah, you wouldn't have said what you said if you would have thought you were right.
I am
true.
right. I am right.
If you were right, you wouldn't have had to defend your argument immediately.
Oh, I didn't immediately.
It's okay to be
defend it.
wrong, LeRon. It's okay to be wrong.
LeRon.
I love you.
LeRon.
Yeah.
That was an accident. That's just because I stuttered. But
Well,
LeRon
that's
is
how
where
it's
we're
gonna be
at.
for now.
I love you guys so much.
He can actually get a hold of me physically, so I can only talk so much shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Chris. By the way, Chris.
Oh.
Like I'm moving soon. I'm going to be much closer to you.
Where are you moving to?
I'll tell you that later.
You're not moving into my neighborhood, are you?
I'm not moving. No, God, no. Not after hearing about people getting shot on your front porch. No.
Yeah, that only happened once. That can happen anywhere. The shitty part of living in this country, everybody has a gun. For
Okay.
no reason.
All right, so let's go back to the doom and gloom of the two games getting their servers shut down. How do you guys cope with the idea that your game has reached what we call end of life? Because I had to deal with it recently when Monster Hunter World and Iceborne stopped releasing content. I mean, their servers are still up, and yeah, we're still able to play it. We'll probably still be able to play Iceborne for about another good 5 years or whatnot. But when it hits end of life, it almost seems like it's one of those things where it's like, I gotta find something new to play.
It's like beating a game. It's really no different. It's just it's gone.
Yeah, but it's beating a game. It's beating a game, and the game loses all its replay value.
Let's talk about a little old game called Mag.
I remember
The game
Mag.
that was supposed to be the Halo killer. And it was supposed to be the big, massively multiplayer action game that was supposed to revolutionize the online.
Who really believed that it was? Who really believed that though? Who
I
believed
think I
that?
played that
It
game
was
for
the
like 10
developers
minutes.
of SOCOM. It was the OGs of SOCOM. So, like, I had every right to believe that they were going to do it.
Okay.
And within a year,
I'll
I think
give
it
you
got
that.
shut down.
It got shut. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can literally put the disc in. The disc is worthless. It is nothing. So you put the disc in, and it's like servers are shut down, and they kick you back to the main menu. Like, that's it.
Remember
So
Defiance?
you buy the game just
Remember
for
that?
the actual cartridge. That's it.
It's literally garbage.
Yeah.
I like when he said Mag, his screen instantly went to black and white, like he was about to.
Right. I noticed that too.
That's funny. I didn't
Story,
even notice that.
Story has one of the most dynamic cameras. I will tell you guys that right now.
It responds to my emotions. So when I get angry, all of a sudden it just goes right to black and white.
It looks like the same kind of filter they use to film Scranton, the Electric City, in the office.
Scranton.
All right. So we're
Electric City.
I will say, I wish that more games would make multiplayer offline modes, because I still to this
Like with
day
bots.
play Star Wars Battlefront 2 from the PS2 Xbox era, and because of its offline stuff. And now I think about it some days, like there'll be one day where I can't play Overwatch again.
wait, Austin. Didn't I tell you? Wait. Who? Austin, I told you about this. Whose servers came back? Some fans actually brought servers back online for one of the shooters recently.
Well, Battlefront 2 did have it come back, and then it got shut down again. I don't know about recently though.
With the Resident Evil Outbreak games, the fans resurrected the servers a few years ago, and it's actually still active.
Yeah,
I know that much.
Yeah, one of the Ragnarok servers got brought back by fans too. Like, yeah.
Well, and this kind of goes to like almost like the conversation that I had on my EXP cast. Guys, is like, who takes over for this stuff? You know, if you still have a community of gamers that still want to play these games, they should have the option to, hey, if you want the server, if you want to dedicate the time to, maintaining it, here you
Mhm.
go. Like, why can't that be an option?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
But I will
people
agree
are
with
terrible.
I will agree with Austin that most of these games should have an online
Off,
or an offline
offline
mod mode.
multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah, like that would be nice. So like, like I remember after they shut down the service for Counter-Strike for the original Xbox, I still went back to it and I still played bot mode, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good old LAN parties. There's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
By the
Mhm.
way, Killzone 2 is the game you're thinking of. I remember that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Someone-
that online was awesome.
Someone recently got the servers running on Killzone 2,
Yep.
and Sony has not done anything so far, which they shouldn't.
I think the only reason why like the companies come after it is because like you could always wind up getting parts of the source code for the game, and
Right.
doing dastardly shit with it, in the
Yes,
end. I think this is the main reason why, because but you know what the problem is though, like like when you look at piracy and all this stuff, it's only like 2% of the entire gaming community that engages in shit like that. It really is. It's such a small amount that we're not going to get into this conversation about piracy because we did this 3 weeks ago when I had my segment on firmware, homebrew, and all that stuff. We're not going to get into it tonight. But all I'm saying is, like some companies are just way too uptight. Nintendo of Japan and America about this shit,
Nintendo.
He said it.
All right, wrapping this up now. We will keep you updated as the situation on Soul Sacrifice and Freedom Wars evolves. In the meantime, for more coverage on all things PlayStation, including all the latest news, rumors, leaks, and speculation, and much more, head over to bossrush.net to stay in the know. This is going to be a really fast topic here, real quickly. I mean, everybody likes when games go on sale, right?
Yeah.
Everybody likes it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, I don't, because I buy these games at full price, and then when I see like a month or two later they're like half off, then I get mad.
Oh, like me and
That's
every
why the
fucking.
screen is in black and white now.
Is it in black and white now? No, my God. I was trying to tone down the anger.
Story sounds like me and every fucking time I buy a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
All right, there's an end of the year promo going on at the PlayStation Store right now, and I recommend you take a good long hard look at it, because going from now until December 22nd, Sony was like, you know what, Black Friday was cool, Cyber Monday was okay, but we're having the end of the year deal right now, and games are getting slashed off up to 75% off. So this gives you almost a month to make some time and get some last minute savings before the year is done.
This is too long. What the hell?
I know, it's hundreds of
Come
games.
on.
It's 100 games across PS5 and PS4. just do it.
Man,
And I can't find a single one that I actually want to buy.
All right,
I'm
so
looking through them now.
So in terms of AAA titles, you've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla at $23.99, and guess what? You get that. That's the PS5 and the PS4 versions of the games. Marvel's Spider-Man Game of the Year Edition, which bundles the PS4 exclusive along with all this DLC, comes in at $20. Other highlights include the Medium for $37.49. This is a good chance to catch that, especially if you're a PS5 owner.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because that DualSense controller functionality with it, amazing. Dreams is $10, $9.99, and Prey is retailing for $11.99. I'll even throw out a few more discounts here. The Far Cry Insanity bundle, which is Far Cry's 3, 4, and 5. Serious Game Grab, $29.69. Katamari Damacy Reroll, $9.89. The Mega Man 30th Anniversary Bundle. This includes both Mega Man and Mega Man X Legacy collections and Mega Man 11. So basically, every mainstream Mega Man title is in one bundle for $40.19. And you know what?
that's a deal.
You should get that.
And I already have them all, and I spent way more money than $40.19 for them.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah.
10 years of his life spent on being angry at it.
Oh no, I'm not mad at that because I did
I
get
don't
out.
know just how hard those games are. I've watched you play Mega Man. I've never heard someone use such foul language.
Mega Man
LeRon.
9, Mega Man
LeRon.
9, Mega Man 9 brought it out of me. I haven't gotten all foamy mouth mad at the game since Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
I spent 65 for the 3DS Mega Man collection because it came with the golden Mega Man amiibo, which is worth like $100 now.
Yeah, it's
And
worth a lot.
I love that thing. I love the golden Mega Man.
All right. As you guys have already heard, obviously there are many more deals to be discovered. The PlayStation blog has a full list of titles in the offer. Go check it out, guys. Will you be buying any of the games featuring the end of the year deals offer? I mean, Chris is looking through that list now. If there's a game that you want, will you get it?
I'm looking through
I
this
went-
list right now.
I've heard Austin talk about Prey, and I went to go to actually buy that, but it's on PS now, so I got it for free. I saw Katamari Damacy on here, and those games can burn in hell. I hated all of them.
Well, just
Yeah.
remember, because it's on PS now doesn't mean it's always going to be available to play. So
I know that.
So you need to pick and choose when you're going to play the game.
I will always pick and choose my battles. I'm married.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So you just lose them
All the time.
all the time.
Everyone.
Uh,
She will be in here in like 30 seconds to tell me how wrong I am. When we did Dad Pod, she watched it and took notes because she knows we're going to do an episode called Mom Pod where all the wives sit in. So like I went
my
down
God.
there and walked by her and she said, I'm taking notes.
oh, no.
Here we go.
Um,
You're going to make me spend $12. No, you're not because it won't let me do it. Hang on. No, it's already in there.
yeah. Okay. So, do you take advantage of any of the big digital sales going on? Whenever they happen, like how often do you guys jump on an online sale?
I've been buying a lot of indie games on those, especially Nintendo's been having a few, and I've been collecting a lot of the indie games on. I've been really into those. They're like $2, and most of those games are better than mainstream games.
Yep, I agree. That's usually what I do with the digital game sales is buy all the indie games I can. I usually buy my bigger games physical, or I'll buy them find them at a store for way cheaper.
I buy them on physical too, so that's why I'm looking at this list and I'm like, man, I'd rather buy this physical, or
Yeah,
I've already bought the game as is. So, I mean, I'll look through this list probably online and maybe catch something, whatever. Because like I'm looking at a list and I don't see prices. So
That'd
maybe
be a good-
because you
that'd be a
bought
good
them.
get.
Did you already
Yeah.
buy them?
maybe, yeah. Because I'm like, oh, I want to buy that game. Oh, it says purchased already. Oh, but that one, oh, purchased.
All right, so let's see real quickly here. We've got the new and notable games coming up for this week. This week being November 29th to December the 5th. PlayStation exclusive Solar Ash is finally making its landing this week. Woo! I think, right? I mean, are we?
Yeah, I'm not in that game
Yeah.
at all.
All right.
Wait. Which one is this? Is this the one where it's like space exploration, or is this the one where it's
Where you're skating all the time on like super trendy or super colorful looking. It's made by the same guys that made Hyper Light Drifter.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
actually. I will play this game probably.
Remember
but
this is the game that was
maybe.
highlighted last June. One of
That's
Sony's
right.
earlier state of plays.
But you know what I'm talking about? Remember that space exploration game that was also at the State of Play? I think it.
Are you
had
talking about
some-
Jet? You talking about Jet the Far Shore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Oh
I had no
no,
interest in
that
that.
no,
That's the
game that game's already out.
Oh, well, then, like I said, no interest in that game at all.
All right. So it's unsurprisingly, given that we've just had Thanksgiving, we have Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Like it's not a real busy week for game releases here. But that being said, there are a few that you may want to keep a lookout for. Starting with On December the 2nd, we have 3 games being released. Headlined by Solar Ash for PS5, PS4, and PC. Solar Ash is the second game from Heart Machine, the creators of the award-winning 2016 game Hyper Light Drifter. Journey through a surreal, vivid, and hyper-stylized world filled with mystery, wild high-speed traversal, endearing characters, and massive enemy encounters. As they say, the void beckons. Gamers, are you ready? Solar Ash is $39.99 on those mentioned platforms there. We also have Asterisk and Obelisk, Slap Them All for PS4, as well as Cricket 22, the official game of the Ashes. I did not really look up a lot on that. That's also coming on PS5 and PS4. I did not look at a lot of that, but I have heard a couple of weird and quirky things about it.
I just assumed it was a game where people were playing cricket.
It is.
Cricket
It is
2022.
It
yeah,
is
yeah,
cricket.
I kind of assumed that too. Yeah,
But it was
Yeah, well,
supposed
then
to come out last week, and the reason why it didn't is because the guy on the front is in a sex scandal, and so they had to get rid of all those
no.
covers and replace
thing
it
they
with a
didn't ship
different
that out.
cover.
good thing they didn't ship that out.
Wait,
Yeah.
now I'm curious who the guy on the cover is.
Some guy in Australia, I think.
There's a lot of cricket guys I've been reading that have been going down lately. A lot of apparently, surprise, surprise. There's a lot of racism in cricket. So, yeah,
It definitely looked like I feel like cricket and croquet is gonna be one of the most racist sports.
yeah. Especially
Have you not
like,
heard of NASCAR?
You know, what's the one where they are?
the Indian population?
What's the one where they're on the horses? That's definitely got to be the most racist.
Polo.
Polo. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a rich white man.
That's gonna be
sport,
up
That's
there.
for sure.
You know, tennis, golf. You
Yep.
know,
Whoa,
Again,
whoa! You take golf
I
back.
defer back to NASCAR. You know, because
Do you watch that the Channel 5 news on YouTube?
me.
Yeah, there's
No, I've no.
it's
I
the
have
guy that
no
used to
idea.
run that channel, All Gas No Brakes. I don't know if
Mhm.
you ever seen that stuff. So if you type in Channel 5 News on YouTube, this guy, he goes to Talladega, and it pretty much spot on is what you just said. Like
Yeah.
like hands down.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. I know. I grew up in it.
Yeah.
I'm well versed.
mhm.
All right. And let me see. Coming up on December the 3rd, we have the game Chorus, which is. I'll just read the description. Unlock devastating weapons and mind-bending abilities in a true evolution of the space combat shooter. You take control of the character Nara, once the Circle's deadliest warrior, but now their most wanted fugitive, on a quest to destroy the dark cult that created her. Unlock devastating weapons and mind-bending abilities, all that stuff, in a true evolution of the space combat shooter. I don't know why it repeats itself in that description, but whatever. Along with Forsaken, her sentient starfighter, explore ancient temples, engage in exhilarating G0G combat. Wow, I finally got tongue-tied this episode. It happens. And venture beyond our waking reality. Chorus is on comes out on PS5 and PS4. Is also going to be $39.99. So it's actually a decent bargain month right now if you're actually trying to pick up some games because nothing's trying to break your wallets.
It actually looks pretty good. Like I mean,
does.
we haven't seen like a really good standout space combat game in a while. So
Mhm. Is Solar Ash the one to get for this week's games or
Chorus, man.
okay?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm looking at Course right now, and I'm liking what I'm seeing here.
Chorus
Yeah,
looks legit.
is where it's at, yeah.
Chorus looks
Yeah.
legit. Like I feel like I will get Chorus before I get Solar Ash, and that's not saying Solar Ash is not a game that I think will be good or anything like that. I just Chorus looks more my speed of game.
I
Yeah.
think I would pay full price for Course. I think I would wait for Solar Ash to go on sale.
You know, it is funny. It is funny you say that because I was just about to ask: is Solar Ash a day one grab for you after all delays and stuff, or are you planning to do the wait and see strategy?
Definitely gonna be the wait and see for me.
Mhm.
But this Course game looks legit. But I bought way too many games on the Amazon sale, so I've got too many games to go through. So I will not be buying any more games for a good while.
You messed up. The Assassin's
know.
Creed did you in. The Assassin's Creed did you?
I know. Freaking Valhalla ruined it.
At the beginning of the
No.
year, Austin said he would not buy a new game until he finished the one he was currently playing. Valhalla broke him because he could not get through Valhalla in 3 weeks.
No, you can't. You can't even
My
get through that game in
Not
3
only
months.
can you get through it in 3 weeks, you can't get through it in like a year. I feel like I was like,
Yeah,
this
it
game
really
is
can't.
way too long. Way
Hannah
too
is
long.
still working at it. She thought she beat it, and she didn't.
How do you think
She
you beat a game and you did?
Oh man,
This game is like surprise. Here's some pre-credits for you. It's not the
No,
real credits.
Odyssey did that word because there was like 3 or 4 endings to it, and it's like you beat one, and then they rolled credits, and they said, "Oh, you still have 2 endings to unlock." And I was at 70 hours at that point. And I was like, "Get out of here! I'm not even doing that."
because I'm a huge Far Cry fan. I love Far Cry, but like Far Cry, there is an end. It feels like after the 40 hours, there's an end. You're done. You can pretty much do everything you need to.
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed, it's like 40 hours, and you've barely uncovered maybe half of the map, and not including all the collectibles and everything. It's just it's a
Right.
mess. It's a mess.
Hannah is 4 trophies away from platinuming Odyssey. She
Good
has like
God,
340. She has like 340 hours into it.
Good lord.
God bless her
Yeah.
soul. I just
Yeah, I'll
I
say.
don't have.
She's got
I
a
don't
ton
have
of
the
hours into
patience for
Valhalla.
it.
Applaud that persistence.
Yeah.
She loves those games, man. It's her thing.
All right, we didn't have any questions tonight for the show, but just remember, if you want to have your questions read on the show, tweet us at ps_crossroads or email us at crossroadspspod@gmail.com, or just hit us up on the Boss Rush Network Discord. Because we're always out there. Links in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and do this. It's time for our big topic tonight, and I don't want to hear any heavy sighing because you know what's up. It's time for the Game Awards. It's time. It's that year
It's
again.
okay.
It's that year again. It was that time of year again. It's the Game Awards season. In case you've been living under a rock, the Game Awards is a yearly awards show that honors the best video games of the current year.
Do they have like a Razzies version for
They
video games?
they need one. Honestly,
Right.
with all the stinkers that come out, because there's so many games that come out, they need a Razzies. They do.
Right?
But anyway, this event, the Game Awards, is hosted by and organized by gaming industry insider Jeff Keighley, and recently showed you to hold your heavy size.
I can't fucking stand Jeff Keighley. I hope he watches this show. Jeff Keighley, you ruined like 4 years of my life. I had to listen to you talking to GameStop. It was awful.
Don't knock that man's hustle. Don't knock it. He's like Drake. He started from the bottom. Now look where he's at.
Drake
I'll
didn't
agree
start
with
at the bottom.
I know. Drake didn't start at the bottom.
So
He was at
is Jeff
Degrassi.
Keighley the worst for you guys as far as the GameStop commercials go?
Nope, it's
Yes.
it's Redbeard or the dude with the glasses. LeRon wasn't there for Redbeard.
No.
Redbeard was
Okay,
awful.
yeah. I wasn't there for that guy, and I probably wasn't even shopping at GameStop. Well, I don't shop at GameStop now, but I probably wasn't even shopping at GameStop when that guy showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy with the glasses, he was too nerdy to function.
Yo, it was always a different girl, but that guy was consistent for like 15 years.
That dude was strong.
Yeah.
That dude was strong in the GameStop TV.
When I remember going into GameStop a lot, it was I think Jeff Keighley, and then after that they started using all the different just personalities all over different video games. So like Andrea Renee
Yeah.
was on there, and
I remember her.
Greg
Yeah,
Miller,
I
and
miss her.
all those people were all on.
I
there
don't remember
now.
Greg. I don't remember Greg Miller.
Yeah, he kind of showed up
I don't
later.
pay that too much attention to that anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So this year, the Game Awards will be happening on December the 9th, 2021 on various streaming networks and platforms and stuff like that. As with previous shows, it will feature new game announcements and reveals. So be on the lookout for all that stuff. I feel like that's one of the main reasons why people actually check out the Game Awards, because if I'm being really honest with you, like I don't really put much weight into the Game Awards. I really don't. I mean,
You
I'm not
put
gonna-
weight into it after all the awards are announced and everyone starts complaining about it. That's
Well-
when people put weight to it.
That is
People
true.
all this happens every year, and I'm not yelling at anybody about this, but everyone always says screw the Game Awards, they're bullshit. You know, these awards mean nothing, whatever. But then after the fact, when all of a sudden the Game of the Year gets announced, or like your favorite game didn't win an awards, that's when everyone starts bitching and going crazy about it. Like, how could Sekiro win Game of the Year? You know, and it's like, oh, it didn't matter to you. It didn't matter to you, and now you care. It's like, get off it.
Yeah.
Is my screen black and white?
No,
is
is
with a
it?
tint of red,
It's red now. Deep red.
slightly red.
It's really bad.
Like
Actually,
it looks
right
like
now-
you're getting ready to shoot a New Kids on the Block video in 1991. That's what it looks like.
I was gonna say you look
by
like
step.
Braveheart right now. It's got like half of your face blue and half your face white. Like,
Sick.
They're fucking with you, man.
Yeah, it's
All right. Anyway, the Game Awards features 32 different categories that celebrates the games released on or before November the 19th of this year and going back to December of last year. That's why Cyberpunk was not in last year's Game Awards. But guess what? It is in this year's Game Awards.
Why?
Come on. Okay, I'm trying to be nice, but I got to get my dig in. Jeff Keighley's going to slob on somebody's knob somewhere.
it's definitely Keanu's. I'm sure. Gotta be.
I mean,
It's
who would?
Keanu Reeves. I would.
I would too.
I'd ask for permission. Just
But
because.
he'd be cool with it. He'd be like, I know how much it means to you. So
Nominees for most categories of the Game Awards are chosen by an international jury of over 100 global media and influencer outlets. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go. As a matter of fact, I've already added the link in our Twitch stream chat right now for you to check it out. But basically, yes, it's the pretentiousness you expect. Like outlets that I feel like should not be having a say about what video games we should like or play are definitely on the jury to select like Game of the Year and all these other categories.
IGN,
Better than the Golden
Polygon,
Globes.
LA Times, Newsweek,
Told you.
Vice.
Told
Get out of
you.
here.
Vice? Come on.
Vice is on here.
All Vice is good for is reporting about sex and drugs.
Right? Yeah.
That's all they're good. That's all they're good for reporting on.
Whoa,
Yeah.
time
This
out.
is
Time out.
happening.
Actually,
in
wait,
your
hold
backyard.
on. Wait, Chris, before you get started. Wait, Chris, before you get started. Yes, they also report about like things going on in prison. They do.
Also, wasn't talking about that. I was going to say Dark Side of the Ring. But yes,
Okay.
I do that too.
Okay. Winners for each game selected in the categories are determined by a blended vote between the voting jury, those 100+ global media and influencer outlets. Let that sink. Influencer outlets. Let that sink in. That voting jury counts for 90% of the votes that are tallied. The public fan voting only counts for 10%. Fans can vote on their favorite games on the Game Award on GameAwards.com and also via social media platforms in select categories. All right, tonight we're going to talk about here at Crossroads the highlighted game. We're highlighting the PlayStation games exclusives that are in the running to win some of the biggest awards. So let's dive in, guys. I'm not going to ask you guys to pull up the website if you don't want to. Don't because I've got screenshots of everything here. So let's get rolling. We're gonna start from the top and go down to the end. We're not doing all 32 categories because guess what? Like the last 7 categories are like esports, and there's no PlayStation centric like stuff in the esports line. So, and there's also content creator. We're not worried about that because we're the ones that should be winning that
'Cause
award.
we're not
right?
nominated. That's why.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
exactly.
gonna say? We're
Exactly.
not nominated. I don't see a single podcast on here. Which actually, honestly, like that, I think that should be a category. If you're
I
giving
agree.
it out to all these esports and content creator of the year,
Mhm.
best esports coach, there's not even for anything for that. Like,
How the fuck do you coach that?
yeah,
You know what? I need to pay
hey,
more.
shoot that guy.
I need to pay
Hey.
more. I need to pay more attention to that stuff, honestly, because like then Okay, so real quick, because I said like influencer outlets. Technically, everything that we do here at Boss Rush, Stoy, everything you guys at EXP Cast do, we're all technically influencers here.
Yes,
so
we are. Yep.
so you know what? We have just as much voice and weight, if not more, than these pretentious like LA Time, LA Time, New York Times, all Vice. I feel like we have a better say in this, and that's not even me trying to rage against the machine. That's not me doing that. I just feel like we have a more organic bond to it because guess what? Right now, like most of us, we're doing this stuff. We're not even getting paid for this stuff, and we're just putting our passion into it.
If anything, we're spending money. We're spending money doing this.
We're spending money doing this. Exactly.
You told me you were going to pay me.
Chris, I've been asking Corey for my check for months.
Wait. Why do you think I'm moving closer to your house? You about to get paid?
All right,
just not in cash.
Yeah, summer sausage. Gotcha.
What is that? And clap slaps?
No. Sack slaps.
Sack slaps. Now that I've heard it enough tonight. It's now part of my vocabulary.
I'm glad I could have that kind of influence on you, friend.
Wait till I talk to my boyfriend tonight.
Hey, did you know what my friend told me?
Do you know what a sack slap is? And if he says, "Oh hell yeah," that's gonna be another conversation.
All right, guys, let's get this rolling. We're gonna start off with Game of the Year because that's the number one category here. In the Game of the Year slot, we've got PlayStation exclusives, Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village. Also in the lines with It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, and Psychonauts 2. Now, I know Psychonauts 2 is a very good game. I know this. But I don't think it's better than Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. What do you guys say?
I haven't played either, so I don't know.
Stoy's an Xbox guy, so I'm waiting to hear.
Interestingly enough, I have not played Psychonauts 2, but I've heard enough good things and great things about it and how they really kind of define the genre. I think, if anything, It Takes Two and Psychonauts 2 have done more for gaming and storytelling than any of the other games. On a technical level, I think Resident Evil Village is probably the better game out of all these. Ratchet and Clank was probably the most fun game. Austin, you played Deathloop. I didn't play Deathloop, but I'm pretty sure you can attest to how awesome that game is. But
I can personally attest to Metroid Dread and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I can attest to Metroid Dread too, and that was a good game. Do I think that's Game of the Year? I don't think that belongs on this
list. It's not. I don't. As much as I'm a big Metroid fan, I don't think it's Game of the Year material.
No, I don't think so either.
It has done marvels though to turn the Metroid series around for Nintendo for sure, because Nintendo basically shits on Metroid.
Yeah, all the time. So you should look at the board. There are two people on the Video Game Awards board that are either working for Nintendo or formerly worked for Nintendo. So, there's that.
Yeah. So, okay. So out of the three games that are currently exclusive, I say currently exclusives because Deathloop leaves its exclusivity with PlayStation by summer of next year, and Resident Evil Village I think is going to be early as spring of next year, if I'm not mistaken. Those three titles, though, which ones would you say has cinches Game of the Year as far as those three titles go? By the way,
exclusive.
Huh? It is exclusive. It's right now. You can only play it on PlayStation and PC.
I'm pretty sure I have Village on my Xbox.
I looked it up and verified it. It's not out yet on the other consoles.
Wait, what game?
Really?
Sorry, what?
Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, it's out on all the consoles.
It's out on all the consoles now.
Yeah.
I think it launched on all the consoles, pal.
It did not launch on all the consoles.
It sounds like you're wrong.
All right, you know what? I'm doing this.
I mean, it's I see on Wikipedia it's on all of them.
I looked at Wikipedia the other day and it did not say that. When I was putting these notes together, it did not say that.
May 7th, 2021, Xbox.
That's what happens when you go to resident.evil.village spelled with one L dot.
Okay, my bad then. Thanks for correcting me then. Well, shit.
We're all here for you.
PlayStation
Just came out in Stadia. Don't forget that.
The marketing stuff. They were. It almost seemed like it could have been exclusive.
Well, you know what, guys. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, so out of Deathloop and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which one's Game of the Year?
I haven't played either.
I'm gonna pick Ratchet and Clank because I played that.
You guys did this.
I've been
I
playing both. I
I
haven't finished Deathloop, but I did finish Ratchet and Clank, and I think Deathloop is my favorite so far.
Mhm.
It is
I
not
have
my favorite Ratchet and Clank game.
I have
So,
not I have not played Deathloop yet, but I'm about to grab it on PC because it's $30.
Can I say how? I mean, and I don't mean this in a bad way. How lame this list is. I
it's
mean,
not a great
admittedly we haven't had like for obvious reasons, and I'm not going to get into that. But we had a pretty slumpy year in terms of video game
In
releases. Like
gaming,
we're
yeah.
talking like AAA games. Like a lot of games got pushed back to next year.
Yeah,
So
which sucks for our bank accounts because man, like God, 2022 is.
yeah, 2022 is going to hurt.
I don't know how I'm
22
gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna survive given that I'm getting ready to move. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
So
want to know how close you're moving to me. I'm gonna come over all the time. All of the time.
I'm coming up Warwick Boulevard. I'll tell you that much.
oh boy.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah. So I mean, admittedly, like the fact that you put like a game like Metroid Dread on here, it's like it doesn't really belong there. But Nintendo on the being on the board, it's like, hey, we got to have something,
True.
and here you go.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
honestly, it was just a really slow year all around, and I honestly think maybe the indie games even had more of a. I feel like
Of a
Death's
yeah.
Door and, in my personal opinion, Chicory should be on this list maybe instead of a
right?
couple
Totally
of these other
agree,
games.
100%.
Death-
There will never be an indie game nominated for Game of the Year. Never.
It's
Which is
shame.
unfortunate because I'm sure Death's Door is better than all of those games. That game was
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Kana should be
Kana should be on
have
here.
been up there.
Yeah.
But it's
Here, let's-
some bullshit.
Let's hit a few more. Let's hit a few more of these before we sign off tonight. Okay. Best game direction. Let's see. On this list we have Deathloop. Remember, I'm just highlighting games that are on PlayStation right now. They're PlayStation exclusives because I know you can play It Takes Two on PlayStation. I know that, but right now you can only find these games on PlayStation. That's why I'm doing the highlights of them. For best game direction, we have Deathloop, Returnal, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Just real quickly, what do you guys say?
Returnal.
Returnal? Yep, I agree.
I think out of
I'm
all these
gonna
games,
say-
I mean, besides It Takes Two, but out of all these games, it did something the most different.
I'm gonna say Returnal, but I mean, give a shout out to Deathloop because they are doing it a totally different way.
Yeah.
This is a great year for roguelikes, which is one of my favorite types of games. And Returnal did something new, and Deathloop's doing something totally different with it, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah. As much as I love Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was more of the same, except it was really nice and shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's
Well,
a really good looking game.
Honestly, if you need another tech demo for the PS5 besides Astrobot's Playroom, you get Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the only game on the PlayStation 5 that really pushes the hardware boundaries.
Yeah, pushes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see.
This is all to be expected, though, right? It's been a light year with the pandemic. You know,
Yep.
You're not getting as many like top tier grade A games, which we still got. And again, the indie games have been really crushing it. Like I really have been leaning into buying just indie games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a few of the top tier games. I've already pre-ordered Horizon. I haven't, but I'm going to pre-order Tiny Tina because I have to have that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Feel
For best art direction, once again, Deathloop shows up as well as Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, but we also have Kana Bridge of Spirits in that list.
That game was beautiful. I haven't seen anything that can touch it. Like Stoy said, there's a like you just catch yourself looking at things.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
there are meditation places where you can just literally sit and just take in what's going on around you, and it's a beautiful game. I'm not going to watch the Game of the Year awards. I don't give a shit about the Game of the Year awards. Personally, my thing is the Oscars. When we do the Oscars episode, which we will naturally do, then I'll be really excited about it.
Who's doing the Oscars episode?
I don't know. I just made that shit up in the hopes that somebody would so I could talk about it.
Man, I used to be really in the Oscars because I used to watch all the movies that would be at the Oscars. I was a
me
huge
too.
film buff through high school and college, and
I
the
still
last
do.
2 or 3 years I have not kept up at all. It's been terrible.
This year was a little bit harder, but we watched all of them the year before. The year that Parasite won, and that was the first time that I've watched the movie that won that I went, oh yeah, no, that's gonna win
Yeah.
because that movie was good. Like that dude, and I found a lot of movies because of that, like because of the Oscars, because not everything gets big huge releases. One of my all-time fucking favorite movies, when you ask me what my favorite movie is, I will tell you Ghostbusters and Whiplash is an incredible film.
Yeah, that was a movie I didn't know until the Oscars came, and then when I saw it, I was like, "This is a great movie."
Are you one of those single tier people? Do I look like a double fucking rainbow to you? I love that movie.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons earned that Oscar. I love that film.
All right, so in the best indie category, we have Kena Bridge of Spirits going head to head with Inscription, Death's Door, Loop Hero, and 12 Minutes.
That's going to have to be either. I mean, I haven't played the other ones, but I can't imagine anything really being better than Kena or Death's Door. So I'm happy with either one.
I honestly feel like Death's Door is going to win best indie, but when we come around to best debut indie, because that's the title. I mean, that's a category. Kena has a shot there because we have The Artful Escape, The Forgotten City, Kena, Sable, and Valheim. Now, Valheim, I'm hearing wonderful stuff about, as well as The Artful Escape, but I have a funny feeling because if you look at the roster of people who are voting on these titles, I feel like Kena Bridge of Spirits is going to get best debut indie.
I mean, for that being their first indie game and making it almost a double to almost triple.
It looks like a AAA title. Yeah. It looks like a AAA fucking title.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, we get 12 minutes next week on PlayStation. It's coming.
Jokingly here, like Nintendo basically has the best family category. Like it's 4 Nintendo games, then It Takes Two,
and like 3 of them are remakes or old games put into new stuff. I think WarioWare might be the only one that's not.
Yeah.
They might as well change that to just best Nintendo game.
Yeah, right. True.
That category, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I when Death's Door comes out on the Switch, I'm going to buy it and play it on the Switch. And when it comes out on the PlayStation, I'm going to buy it and play it on the PlayStation.
Isn't it already out on PlayStation?
It might be.
I thought it just dropped. Death's
Door, yeah, I think just did drop. Yeah,
it is.
I thought it just dropped because
you motherfuckers just cost me some money and don't tell my wife.
You know what?
Is she gonna listen to this episode?
You know what? You're always
she listens to me talk in general.
You know, yeah, you're always saying, "Don't tell my wife." You know, you can.
I do that because that's the thing, and it's funny. I would walk in there and be like, "Hey, I spent $20 on a video game," and if she got mad about it, I'd say, "Okay," and then it's
too late.
$20 already spent.
All right,
it's already spent.
All right, we
don't argue like that. It's just it's more funny.
We have time for one more here. So we're gonna go most anticipated game. We have God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, Starfield, and Elden Ring. Now, if I'm talking as me a PlayStation gamer, it's going to be Horizon Forbidden West. If I'm talking for me as a PlayStation gamer, it's going to be for Horizon Forbidden West.
I'm really cross because I'm really looking forward to both of those games, both God of War and Horizon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely Horizon is on top for me.
Yeah.
And then God of War.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild too. I'm a Zelda guy though. I have to have that game. I'm excited for Elden Ring. I am excited for Hannah's going to play the shit out of Horizon. I will probably never even get to touch it. She will have the PlayStation for a couple weeks. And I just bought Death's Door again.
Just now. Yeah.
Just now.
I'm actually really curious to see what Starfield is going to be like. So
I'm going to be the odd one out and say Starfield. I cannot wait. That is the game that I need the Xbox for.
Same, because I mean,
it's good Fallout style storytelling. If it's going to be same like that Fallout and Elder Scrolls kind of storytelling, but just like
Yeah.
way updated game engine, like I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and get out of here. That's our show for tonight, everyone. I appreciate the time that you all spent with us tonight. We love you here. As always, I'd like to give a big thanks for you to tuning in to Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. Stoy, it's always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me on, man. Really appreciate it. Really
Glad-
appreciate shooting the shit with you guys.
Yeah, glad you were here tonight. Before we head out, here's how you can connect this to the crew. Chris, go first.
You can find me at Real Chris True on Twitter. I don't really use any other social media. Facebook is the devil, but you can find me there. You can catch me tomorrow night at 9:00 on DadPod at DadPod. At DadPod the show. Every other Wednesday night at 9. Tuesday nights here.
All right.
Telling LeRon how LeRon he is. I'm gonna make that stick. Stoy, it's gonna stay.
Yes, good. I'm gonna make sure it stays too.
Austin, plug yourself.
At PlayStation on Twitter. I agree with Chris. Every time that Meta commercial comes on, it gives me the creepies, man. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that Meta commercial, man. With the tiger and the kids all bopping their heads. Just, I don't know. I feel like it's the Matrix. I feel like you're just entering a prison if you go to Facebook. I'm not paranoid at all.
All right, Stoy, you're up. Where can everyone find you at?
Besides the Arsenal X podcast, I'm also with the EXP Cast, a video game podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at EXP Cast, and then also my personal Twitter, Stoy MKE8.
All right, cool. And as you guys already know, X is 803. That's my gamer tag for the various platforms, as well as my Twitch and YouTube channels. That's also my social media handle, so we can't mess it up. AXODUS803. One quick announcement, because I've been waiting for this. Yes. Crossroads now has a merch store. Everything from t-shirts to ball caps to mouse pads, leggings, and even tank tops. I know I'm wearing a muscle shirt tonight, but even tank tops are now available for all of our fans who want to rep their love of Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast.
Okay, bro, the next time I come on, I'm going to wear a Crossroads tank top, and I want you to wear an EXP Cast tank top when I do, okay?
All right, we'll do that.
We'll have to plan this out.
We'll do that. But guess what? We even got socks.
Sick.
Yep. Yeah. Links have been provided in our show notes. If you're interested, head to the website, check things out. Like, there's some really nice stuff there. Like, rep it, because we love you guys and we know you love us. All right. Real fast, Corey gives the latest report about former Bungie composer Martin O'Donnell's situation following his termination from Bungie in 2014, complete with him asking fans to destroy any copies of music and materials he's been associated with. Guys, which series does it better, Tomb Raider or Uncharted?
Uncharted. I didn't know what we were talking about, but Uncharted.
Uncharted, but I stand by that Lara Croft is a much bigger badass than Nathan Drake.
I'll agree with that.
You know what, Austin? It's cool to be wrong.
All I'm saying is she went through way more shit. Shit.
The reason why that question comes up is because our very own Andrew Millard raises the question in the November 30th edition of Boss Rush Banner. Go check that out. And also take a moment to check out Shane Kelly's review of God of War 2018 after having recently completed it on the PS5, which was a new experience for him. As always, head over to bossrush.net to check out more editorials and shows from our ever-growing family of creators and contributors. If you like to talk about games, media, sports, food, and much more, why not join our Boss Rush Discord? Why not do that? There's even a Crossroads podcast server on the Discord just for you fans. As always, you can chat with us, keep the conversation going on Twitter at PS_Crossroads to dish on more news, events, topics while we get ready for the next episode. By the way, there's only 2 more episodes of Crossroads PlayStation Podcast for this year. So brace yourselves because 2022 is going to be a ride. All right, everyone. That's it for us tonight. This has been episode 61 of Crossroads PlayStation Podcast. Come back and join us next week, where we will be back to talk about more hot topics in the world of PlayStation. We love you guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.